So Arsenal 2, Brighton 0. And that was a disaster class in finishing today, Kenny. You was there live to witness it. Total domination of a football match.
Yeah.
Never really looked in trouble of conceding a goal.
Yeah.
But we have got to sharpen up our attack. Too many touches around the penalty box today.
Yes, right.
Not getting the right pass. But listen, there were some good players out there today. There were some good performances. And ultimately, we got the job done. Kept the clean sheet. And we've put the pressure on Liverpool and Man City. What did you make of that, mate?
You're right. I think it was one of those games. I think it was a good time to play Brighton. Brighton have, like I said, they've been very inconsistent. They've struggled with playing 2 games a week. Plus, they're not playing their full team. And I thought, you know what? From the start, we were at Brighton. But as I said before, it was frustrating because we got in situations where we're winning the ball, they're giving the ball away, but we just couldn't put that chance away. Martinelli's got to put that away. You've got a situation as well, Saka as well. We had a few shots that went over the bar. The game was stop-start because Brighton were just there to get a point. They were there to waste a bit of time. As I said before, Matoma thankfully got booked because it was a nuisance all day long. And Mick Arteta got himself in a spot of bother as well. But as you said, complete domination without the goals. There's no doubt about it. We completely and utterly dominated the match. You can't say anything else other than that. In terms of performances, I don't know what it is, right? Is that Havertz is, fully fit. He's ready to go. And at times when he's positions, I'm thinking, just give him the ball. Give him the ball. He's there. He said, I'm free. And he doesn't get the ball. It's like sometimes our players use him as a decoy, apart from anything else. But again, one of the things, that you can't deny is that for some reason, something's just clicked for the guy. I don't know whether it's the goal that he scored.
Well. Very nice finish.
Nice finish. I don't know whether it's the goal he scored against Brentford. That's kind of giving him a bit of kick up the arse, as well as the stinging criticism by people like me, you and a few others. But I don't recognise this player. I don't recognise him.
Do you know what I think it might be? Sorry to cut you off. Do you know what I think it might be? The fact that we dominate most games possession-wise.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to necessarily do anything defensively, really. Yeah, right. So he's going to be in a further up the pitch position, so he can make the runs. He made some great runs the other game against Villa, and nobody was passing the ball. And
same today.
Because he don't have to do so much going that way. He is there, and he is a spare man kind of thing because they're like, he's whatever. Yeah. And then he'll make the goal. Listen, fair play to him. Fair play to him. If he shut up.
He had a chance in the second half as well, where he had a header over the bar, which he could have scored from. Jesus as well, he was a bit wasteful as well. It's just one of those things that's so frustrating. And even how we got our goal, we're in a situation where Brighton, we win the ball back when Brighton are trying to play out the back. For some reason, only we know why we didn't put the ball in the net. But the way we scored our goal, corner routine, Jesus free, puts the ball in the net, and that's it. I expected the kind of floodgates to open up a bit. Yeah. But it's one of those things where at 1-0, because the game was a bit tight, we weren't freshening it up a bit. But I do, worry a bit about Martinelli because I look at Martinelli and I think, the ability's there, the play's there, but I think teams are working him out a bit because there was, apart from the chance he had in the first half that he normally scores from, there are times in the second half where you say, come on, Martinelli, 2 years ago, you go in there, you have a shot, but now teams are not just doubling up on him, they're tripling up on him. So he has to
touch today slowed everything down as well.
Yeah, but I think he has to.
And slowing the game down, and then they're all getting back.
Yeah, but I think he has to because people do the homework. Good Premiership players will do the homework. They're not going to let Martinelli get down the left-hand side and cut in and have a shot at goal with left or right foot. They're just not going to let him do that. So he's having to sort of vary his game and relearn his trade. Whilst Trossard is one of those players who knows his trade inside. He can open a few doors, but he hasn't got the pace. So we've got a bit of a conundrum. We've got a player with raw pace, but hasn't got the trickery. And we've got a player with trickery, but hasn't got the raw pace. Yeah. So the situation is that it's very hard to obviously to play them together, but it's very, at the moment, Martinelli's the man is in front of Trossard because of the fact that he has the extra pace, and obviously he's done well for us in the last couple of years. But ultimately, Gabriel Martinelli needs to up his game, because there's going to be a situation where it wasn't an accident last year that we were trying to sign Mudryk last year. Let's not forget, the reason why Mudryk's at Chelsea is because we didn't get him. We got Mudryk because he has the sort of pace of Martinelli, but we want him to have the tricky. Now, it hasn't worked out for Mudryk at Chelsea. You know, he's not playing a good team. We're a better team than Chelsea, but the message to Gabriel Martinelli should always be, come up your game, give us a bit more, get back to the levels you were before, because he's in a situation where the club will move on and he'll be left behind. I do worry about, because I think his performance today was frustrating for him, because the things that were coming off last season, the season before, even before that, it ain't coming off this season. Hence the fact he's frustrated, we're frustrated.
Yeah, it's almost like he's forcing it. Let's move on to our midfield. It was the captain's birthday today. He spent half the game being the cheerleader, trying to get the fans up. He did that about 5 times. He was winding me up doing it, mate. I can't lie.
He can't help himself. He can't help himself.
I was like, just stop being cheerleader, stop taking too many touches, and just strike the ball first time, and you would just score.
He can't help himself. He can't help himself. Martin's always been that kind of player.
He was really good today. I can't lie, but
he had a good game.
His shoulder, taking touches.
Yeah, I think with him and Martin is that he's another situation where teams went, under no circumstances, give this guy any like opportunities from 30 yards or more. Because look at it. Remember the goal against Newcastle last season, 25-yarder. Yeah. Goal against Spurs, 25-yarder. Teams again are going to look at
Martin, 20-odd yards out.
Yeah, is it? Teams are going to look at Martin and think, you know what? No, not on our watch. So he has to do things different. So when he does get that situation, he's always have to see, right, I've got to get that angle because they're blocking me, looking at me. And then when he finally gets the shot off, it's not with any requisite power, and the goalkeeper makes a comfortable save. And I think
the one he did get off with a load of power, which was, I think, the last. Yeah, mate, what a save!
Yeah. I don't know.
What a save, mate! One hand, he hit that so hard as well.
I know.
He should have scored, but again, he took so many touches, he went wide. It was kind of off balance. So it was mad.
Exactly. That was. But there was another one where we actually got something on it, and poor old Lewis Dunk caught it in part of his organs. Yeah, I won't talk about it.
Yeah, he won't be partaking in the lovemaking department this evening. Put it that way.
I don't know, man. These footballers think they're Superman, but yeah, Lewis Dunk got the full brunt of Martin Odegaard power driver. But as I said before, it's one of those things where we don't. It's early days, but you want to sort of like get your points in. You want to make a sort of like a point before Christmas, because we're assuming on previous experience that Man City are going to be strong in the second half of the season. That all the mistakes, they tend to get their mistakes out pretty quickly, pretty early on in the season, just like last season. They were dropping points, losing games. When they lost to Brentford, with Ivan Toney nicked a 2-1 there, and obviously they dropped points at Everton last year. Second half of the season, obviously, there was a blip against Spurs and there was a blip against Man United. After that, no blips, boom, went on a run and won games. And I think that's what they're primed for, second half of the season. So winning today is fantastic. Anfield's another massive, massive game. The end of the day, regardless of what's at stake, it's at Liverpool Anfield. I don't care what anyone says. Over the last sort of 30 years, we've struggled at Anfield, even when Liverpool hadn't challenged for the title, when Liverpool even challenged for Europe. I mean, how many times we won at Anfield in the last 30 since the Premiership? Probably won only about. I can think of only about a few victories.
Yeah, Van Persie last minute against him.
Exactly, and
we're struggling.
And there was a goal. There was a goal from Carfollo in 2013. Apart from that, I can't think of a time when we've actually gone to Anfield and won there. So it's going to be a very difficult situation, because Liverpool at the moment are flying. Defensively, not the greatest. Obviously, we've got to take advantage of that. But I'll tell you now, Gabriel and Saliba are going to have the hardest game of the season.
Yeah, all day of the season. They didn't have nothing to do today. It was too easy for them, man.
Well, but it won't be next week. And let's not forget, we got to really, really, really protect our goalkeeper as well, because he's good. They're going to be on it. They're going to stop the, like in passing out the back. Even the short passes, they're going to be on it. They're going to. I'll tell you one thing. Liverpool way is a test of your credentials. Doesn't matter who you are. You went at Anfield,
and our fullbacks need to be on it because
exactly.
today at certain times, our fullbacks were a bit iffy. I can't lie. We know that.
Well, yeah, they will. Yeah,
forward. I'd rather him in midfield, but today he did all right, Zinchenko.
He did all right, but next week.
But Ben White at times today, mate.
Well,
next week,
it's funny you just say that because we're having a conversation about obviously it's going to be very, very premature about where does Timber play when he's fully fit, and I said, look, Timber is only playing at left back because, and I say because Zinchenko had an injury. Had Zinchenko been fit, Timber would have probably been looking more at the Ben White position or maybe a challenge for one of the centre halves. And I still think that if everyone's fully fit, Ben White's position at right back is a casualty. It's something that needs to be looked at because the way Zinchenko plays, from a defensive point of view, obviously Timber's a better player. But from what Mikel wants in terms of like controlling the midfield, the kind of like the left back who plays infield, then Zinchenko's still the best player to do that. You know what I mean? Inverted left back.
Yeah, listen, he got the job done today. We're top of the table. Big January coming up as well. We've got Anfield next week. Get yourself home safely, mate. And,
don't we?
It's still 0-0 at Anfield. 22 minutes gone. It's literally been all Liverpool apart from
all you have to do is that when the first goal goes in, then what will happen is that the floodgates open. Remember,
they didn't score their first of 7 until the 43rd minute last season. So.
Yes. And Man United actually looked pretty comfortable and actually played well for those 43 minutes last season. So, football's a funny old game, as the late Jimmy Greaves used to say.
Yeah, come on, big up. Get yourself home safely, mate. Love you a bit. Take care, man.
Love you, Suits. But
see you, mate.